And we are live Wednesday night with those guys. And Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
those guys.
So how are you guys doing this evening?
What's up, everyone? Paul, you well, he's still on the phone, but Paul's here. What's up, JSK Enterprises? You know, you got to mod him right now. He comes and he supports us, and usually JSK, in order to become a mod, you need to come on the live stream, okay? But I even on my channel make certain exemptions, and I think you should become a mod. What's up, Hadley? Hadley was here first. Damn. Oh, that's right. Hadley opened. He took me a picture and showed me all of these batteries he got. And I'm like, he has enough batteries maybe to make it about halfway to the moon. Another box like this, and he should be able to get there.
All right, guess what I did today?
What's that?
I went over.
Check this.
Seen the professional.
You went over what?
I had to go see the professional.
Oh, you went to your barber. Your barber's back. That's right. He got rid of the Corona beard. I have the Corona beard.
He's actually officially back, but I had to make an official deal.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you get a house call or you went what?
I went to his house.
Oh, see, that's a house call. That's what's up. I'm happy for you.
You know, he has a chair.
We appreciate you, JSK Enterprises, for supporting us. We appreciate you the night of our silent protest supporting us as well. A lot of people, and we did know that a few people were going to get insulted and a few people were going to see what we were trying to accomplish, because it wasn't making fun of anything or anybody or anyone or like that. We were just trying to make a now I won't say we. I just spoke with Herman and said I would like to do a video in protest to what was going on, because I can't go protest with the people, and I'm glad I didn't, because a lot of them are coming up with Corona now, so they may have had spreaders in the crowds. But to make a long story short, we appreciate you, JSK Enterprise, for the support.
You know, I'd like to thank him as well for coming through and supporting us. You know, talking about that coronavirus, I realized today, you know, I told you that my sister, she works at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of people at the hospital, one of her good friends, very good friend of hers, passed from corona. One of the doctors in her unit where she's at contracted it. The girl in her office with her a couple of weeks ago got it, so she went and got tested at the hospital. Apparently, right, from what I'm understanding is now she's telling me that she has the antibodies. So apparently we must have all been fucking sick from this thing already.
You know what? I'm thinking that with me also, because I was doing some research, and we're going to get to drones, but I just want to mention this really quick. I have really bad eczema on my back and my arms sometimes. Sometimes most of the time I can keep it under control.
You look like a bad peach.
But
Looks like a bad peach.
A bunch of bad peaches. Okay, but what's happening is I've always had the eczema for a very, very long time. But I believe maybe, I haven't been tested, but maybe because of the medication, what I was reading, they were saying because certain people are on certain medications, it diagnoses itself. It doesn't come out in symptoms, but it diagnoses itself in like a rash or something.
Right.
Or, you know, look like peaches or whatever. So I was looking at my arms, I'm like, wow, this is the worst I've ever had. And I'm like, you know what? It may be because of my medication. Huh?
No, John Spizzo.
Oh, it may. What's up, Spizzo? It's, well, getting off the subject, but I believe, like you, that everybody at some time and point may and may not have been affected.
Hey, John Spizzo, how you doing?
Sean
Savannah's here.
Sean, what's up, man?
Also, I got a call from...
Listen, Herman. we're feeling giving tonight. Let's turn John Spizzo's wrench blue. I mean, I'll do it on my live stream when he comes in as well on Sunday, because
which one of those wrenches?
He is a supporter. He is a true supporter. But John Spizzo, we told you, in order to get a blue wrench, you had to be on the live stream. But you and a certain other individual tonight may be lucky. After that, it's back to normal. Metro Drones, what's good? How are you? Off axis?
Hey, I got a call from Val. She said she's running late, but she'll be here.
Okay. Okay, very good.
So, anyway.
All right. So, how's everyone doing? And let's talk about some drone stuff, because there's a lot of stuff happening.
Bill from Metro Drones. Did you guys get a chance to see Bill from Metro Drones? He's been doing, the dam breaks up in northern Michigan. Well, he drives up there and does some spectacular aerial video of all of the devastation.
Oh, get out.
Yep.
I haven't visited his page in a minute. I need to, because I try my best to visit my subscribers' pages, but as my active subscribers, because I have subscribers that have subscribed to me and have seen one or two videos, and that's it. So I definitely have to return the favor.
I've checked out a few videos. A lot of times, what the biggest problem is with watching videos is that they come up, I'll see the videos, and it's just that I'm doing so many things. I watch the video. A lot of videos, I don't get a chance to leave a comment, and that's the big problem.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree. And Billy Kyle
get a comment every now and then.
But you remember, Billy Kyle told you a long time ago, he just doesn't respond anymore, because it's just that's a job in itself. And I'm not lying, it is. Because every time I put out a video, I try to respond, unlike Paul, and answer everybody's. You didn't get that, Paul. And answer everybody's beautiful comment or like or dislike.
Well,
and I'm only saying that because, Paul, I've left you a few comments on some videos.
I know you have, and that's why if you see, maybe in a lot of cases, Lynn responds for me because she knows I'm either.
Oh, so you got her on payroll now?
Yes, yeah. She's my agent.
You see this guy?
She's my producer.
Here's the thing that's so funny about that. Paul has more videos than there are episodes of the news on daily.
True.
So if you leave a comment, Paul may not know what video that is that you left that comment on. So he may need to have somebody on that. Like, it's got one video and then another video, like what, 3, 4, 8 minutes.
Herman.
He's got a video out every.
I put one out once in a while. Yeah.
Herman, hold on. Herman.
Every 3 hours.
You know, like I do. We wish we had somebody answer our damn comments too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Yes and no.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think that.
Hey, drone shots.
Like some guys, I have answered the comments that I've left them, and I answered their comment was, some guys will leave you like a couple of words, but I don't think
drone shots.
Anybody answering a message to you can actually give you a personal feel. You know what I mean? But then again, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's always nice to have that personal touch. But you'd be surprised. I don't know if you guys are experiencing it or not, but I get very few notifications from people that I'm actually subscribed to. Get a notification that they posted anything.
Because for some reason, what's up, Jackson RC? Great day to you. You have to. Hey, Robert.
Maybe I'm out running the notifications. I don't know.
What happened?
Maybe you're outrunning the notifications.
Yeah, in other words, I keep putting more on and more on and more.
Hey, Robert, I'm gonna send you an invite.
Saying you were outrunning.
No.
That's why I stopped. I was like, what? He was outrunning. What? I'm listening to
I
this.
send Robert an invite if you guys don't mind.
Hey, no, love Robert.
I enjoy his company, so when y'all are teaming up against me, at least he kind of supports me on a little bit.
Oh, really? That's not what he says privately in the chat. Not that we want you thinking otherwise.
That's okay. I'm used to the abuse, Paul.
Well, you know what I love so much about you and Herman and Ray and all you guys is you guys lovingly poke each other regularly. You know, it's like,
Oh yes, they say don't poke the bear. We
Yep.
poke. You're right. We do poke.
Yep.
Paul, John Spizzo, he's a mechanic because I see he likes a lot of wrenches. What's up with all the tools, man?
I don't know. Either that or he's into heavy metal.
Okay.
Hey Val.
Hello,
Hey, how y'all doing?
Okay, I like your background.
So check this
Thank
out.
you. You may start waving. See if I can get some glasses.
Now,
Right.
now,
There we go.
I was telling you about that story about over in Sweden, Everdrone, right? They're using drones to deliver defibrillators to when they get a call on say someone's got cardiac arrest or a heart attack or whatever. They want to deploy the drone with the defibrillator, get it there before the paramedics can get there, because what they're noticing is that right now what they're doing over about what they said is like 275,000 incidents in Europe yearly out of hospital cardiac arrest situation.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
about 10% success rate on the survival.
Because they cannot get to these places.
So they figure with the drone that it could be about 70% on the successful rate, because they're saying that early intervention or CPR would actually they notice that is actually when there are people that are on the scene that can help, that their chances on saving the person has been greater.
Oh, Sean.
So they figure they can.
Jackson.
What's up? They can deploy these drones and get them to the scene before the paramedics and them would get there.
I think that's good. And Europe is utilizing it a lot, because you remember back in the days, if you got stranded, hey Sean, and you got stranded, and they always showed the cartoon of the Saint Bernard coming to rescue you with it, and he had the little barrel under his neck. Well, it's not that anymore. That Saint Bernard is turned into a drone.
Yeah, and he's carrying a defibrillator.
yeah. That's crazy. But
I'd like to see how this actually going to work, because usually, like what I've noticed here, and it never. I remember when it switched over to this, when I think it was Bloomberg when he was mayor. He had noticed.
Don't remind me.
A lot of the calls that ambulance are getting a lot of calls that the fire department could actually handle.
Hey, David, Desmond Donders.
So what was happening is they started dispatching the fire department and something. But when I was upstate New York, I noticed that up in Troy, it was like that from years ago. Like you'll call for, you have a problem or you need an ambulance. The fire department would get there first and start helping you before they got there.
It's like that in a lot of places. I even from what I've seen, even in Europe, the fire department seems to get there first. You know why? Because people move out of the way of a damn fire truck because they think, hey, that may be my house, someone I know, or is it for you? You better move out the way.
Well, not that guy on Pitkin.
Oh yeah, well they'd rather get hit by the fire truck.
His car got ran through.
I wish you had pictures for that. What's good, Sean? How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you very much.
And I would like to thank everybody for the support on our silent protest. I have to repeat that because a lot of people popped in and left and came back, and that was the whole idea.
Yeah,
and
it was perfect.
I must admit, I pulled a clickbait, but it was a good clickbait, and it was a good cause.
It was good.
It was a good cause. Okay,
Thank you very much. Val.
because
very well.
to be honest, the list of names, I could have went on and it was just to make a certain point. I mean, and plus, after hearing the Star Spangled Banner 3 times, which it did loop through 3 times completely. It was a little much because Herman was like, "Yo, go to 7 o'clock." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm turning it off. It's enough. We've made our point." But I did it as an experiment because to prove something that people, if you do something that people like or dislike, but it's not all that interesting, they will actually leave your live stream and come back in to see if you're still doing it.
Carpenter Rick.
Because I got, what's up, Cool Bick? Because I believe before the live stream ended, I was at like 153. What do you call that? What was I calling that? It's they count the time. It counts the times, how many times people come in and out of your live stream.
Right.
Hey,
And when you have a live stream, that counts as a whole view. So it's kind of funny how the numbers are, but we appreciate you all. What's up, Indigo Rhino?
Lynn said
Hey,
hi.
Rand.
But I have some drone news after Herman's done about
Has
zipline.
anybody been flying? Because apparently we've been under temporary flight restriction. when Captain Bozo came in.
Bozo's in town.
And now
this morning.
10
o'clock this morning went back up because it went down yesterday for a while, for a few hours, and back up this morning.
The VIP one was just the earlier one when he was moving.
The Bozo is the first leader of our country ever in history with drone technology being used that actually has a rolling no-fly zone. Every other president that has come to New York or any other place has had the satellites go orbit over New York, one orbit over New Jersey, and wherever else he was going, and he would fly through the helicopter, plane, or whatever. This dude has a rolling no-fly zone. He's the first one to initiate it.
Okay, I'm kind of confused. Is that surprising to anybody? So that means wherever his plane is, it's like in a bubble. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. In the past, to the drone community, when a President Obama, prior presidents before him, came to New York, a no-fly zone was set up in the places that he was traveling to before he got there.
Right.
Usually they would say a no-fly zone is going to be up from this day until this day. And that would involve him arriving in New York and traveling throughout. Our current leader actually has a floating no-fly zone, and I think they're probably going to incorporate it for good. It may be worth it, it may not be worth it, but it's completely different.
Lawrence, I read an article about that, and the article was titled FAA and Secret Service come up with a plan to be used for the future forever. And this is now the Secret Service now has decided that, we can do this and do that and do this for all of the VIPs, and I guess we got to get used to it. But I don't understand who calls it, who doesn't, but the Secret Service, I guess, is calling it.
Well, it was always the case for military ships.
True. For military ships, yeah, but then now it's getting to the point where wherever he goes, he's just followed, or they link this satellite to that satellite, and as he travels, the TFR no-fly zone moves. Because if you notice, when he flies in, if he flies in through JFK, which is the normal airport, so he can get in and get out quick. Also, JFK International, for those you don't know, since 9/11, has had 6 fighter jets stationed there on the regular.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, since 9/11, they've been having fighter jets stationed at an international airport. So if anything's coming from overseas that they can't get to or can't contact, they do practice runs every now and then. You see jets scramble and take off, but all of that's just to save the leader.
That must make a hell of a noise when they go over, huh?
Yeah, you can hear them on the runway. You can hear them taxiing on the runway. When they taxi, you hear them warming up.
Well,
but back to drone news.
Is anybody familiar with DJI Airworks? That whole seminar, convention, or whatever you want to call it that they have? Well, actually, what happened is, unlike the FAA and AUVSI, where they want to stick it to people for about $300 and something to find out things about the legalities of drones and what's going on with the UTMs that they plan to put together with these companies that they brought in. DJI has this thing now going on, but actually what happened is they had a early, they had an early price on it for $35. And what it opened everybody to was everything that was involved in the whole seminar and convention, like all of their special focus groups and all of their workshops and everything like that. You were open to all of that, but everyone missed that one unless you took advantage of it already. The deadline was the 9th. But they have another price here that they have going on, what they call their early bird, which was for $45, which is not bad. This thing is going from the August 25th to the 28th. So it's their 5th annual one. So it's not bad for the price. You get to get in on all the DJI workshops and things and find out things about what they have here: construction, energy, public safety, and agriculture. Basically, you get to find out the ins and outs of what's going on in those industries and what DJI has out there and technology wise. So I thought it was pretty good in the price, considering, like I said, for the FAA symposium is so expensive. And I really think that, they're trying to rate the community for what they can get and still turn around and stick it to us. So I think a lot of people won't be going to that.
Hey, Herman.
Also sitting on the DJI program. Yes.
Hey, Herman. You made John Spizzo's day. He keeps talking about that wrenchie you gave him. He's
I
so
asked him
excited.
about it as well. Actually, I complimented on it. So.
That's why I was asking. Like, he's in the tools or something like that.
You made his day.
I don't know. We don't have any pliers or anything in there. Screwdrivers or anything to fill up your toolbox. But
Val's been working on her little Franken drone.
No, I got
What do you have done so far, Val?
Oh my God, not much.
Last I saw, you soldered the motors.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know.
Motors. And
the motors are they attached to the board? You solder them to the.
Oh yeah.
Oh, get out. Okay.
So now I went and I tinned the little teeny pads on this thing.
Okay.
So I could start attaching this guy. I thought I was going to have it all attached yesterday, but I didn't.
Wow.
All right. Take your time. That's all. Just take your time.
So we'll go on tomorrow and we'll do some more and we'll just slowly roll through. But I have to get myself a new one of these guys.
Okay.
Charge everything.
A hub.
Mine was short and round and the top came off. So I ended up one night accidentally pulling it into my bed when I rolled over and my cords kind of came with me and I had this whole electrical device plugged in and open.
What did you say, Herman?
I was asking if she had enough ports.
Yeah, right.
I think, let's see, iPhone, iPad, watch. Then I have my Osmo Pocket. I have my Hero, and then I have my Mobile 3. Yes, I think I have enough.
Should have bought 2 of them, Val.
I know.
Yeah, because now it's full. And when you fill something up, usually get something, you need a USB plug. Now you have to sacrifice one of those USB plugs to charge.
Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff, but at least I can charge my devices again. So that just came today. Yay. And then a whole bunch of new wires because all my wires stopped working.
Hey, Here's a corona
Oh, your
update.
wires start working.
A
Wow.
month into reopening Florida. Now remember, Florida, everybody went that was on those beaches. Remember? Okay, well, a month into reopening, Florida reported 8,553 new coronavirus cases, the most of any 7-day period.
Okay.
So go ahead, go to the beach, go to those pool parties, have fun, drink and smoke together. You'll be all right.
And the thing about this is I don't think they're all from Florida doing this. They do this because they really want the vacation. They really need vacation. I'm not saying they don't need it. I'm not saying we all don't want to be walking without masks.
Val, back then it was a bunch of college students that were on spring break saying we're not going to worry about it because it's not that bad down here. Now they're all in bed coughing.
Yep.
Okay, it's sad. It's sad, but hey, Sean, you're only allowed 2 coughs on here, then you get kicked.
I shouldn't have gone to spring break.
I know, that's what I was trying to tell you. Well, you don't listen to me a lot.
Paul, you was out there on spring break?
Yeah, he was dancing. He took his little phenomena.
Well, Lawrence gave me breakdance lessons. So
here we go. Here we go, Sean.
And he wasn't replacing his little cardboard that he spends on.
Yeah.
No, we graduated to linoleum.
Linoleum.
I'll tell you this. If Paul got breakdance lessons, Paul, you should have went to spring break.
Yeah. It would have been worth the risk, I think.
Yeah.
The gain risk profile there was in your favor, I think.
Well, and my wrist doesn't quite handle the weight of me doing that pose where you're down there, just your wrist holding your body up.
They're up.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I kind of look like a beached whale trying to get back to the water,
Wait, but did you see that whale? What happened with that boat, that fishing boat the other day? It was in the news.
No.
The fishing boat, it beached the boat.
It was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, a whale.
Hey, I'm sorry. John Spizzo is mentioning the large screen behind Paul. Paul, can you show your extra cam to show all of your tech off? So John Spizzo can be suitably. Are you able to do that from
this?
There? No, I saw a camera that you went to on Rogers earlier that showed all of your screens and all your tech.
Oh, yeah. That's
if he thinks that screen's impressive, you should see what he's dealing with. Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, the problem is that Herman's got us all locked off a screen share.
I don't know why it keeps doing
He's got that locked.
It's the default these days. It's the default.
He wants to control us a little bit. So hey, nothing wrong with that, Herman. I get it.
I don't know why. It always goes back to it. It always resets.
I know it does all the time. Every morning.
Don Spizzo's celebrating his wrench.
Yeah, I know.
He is indeed. Sorry if my voice is a little bit in and out this evening. I had a last minute interview to record, which it's one of those things where you want to be first with the news. So
I thought you were at one of those heavy metal concerts and was in.
Yeah, that's me. Oh no, is it that? I don't even know the hand signals. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Educating me.
Is that the screen? Those are all my
different cameras. The family room cam, the top one that showed. Look at that, man.
Oh, there's me.
Oh, the one that shows the deck of the USS Enterprise.
Yeah, that's so cool. Look at that.
The desk of the USS Enterprise.
And then there's a TV off over the fireplace with the news going.
Listen, that's his Pinky in the Brain control center.
So, Paul, when you beam people up, where do they come in the next room?
Yeah, I think I saw the landing pad actually. Just
right.
Camera slightly.
Well, there's all kinds of cameras, and here's the one that's the deck room, and I'll show it to you real quick if you don't mind.
Deck room.
Yeah, the deck room, and this is
that's
where
the one he goes into with the smoking jacket on.
Mia hangs out here. She's sleeping over here.
Oh, Mia.
And so there's Mia right there.
Ah,
And there I am over here,
hello.
Okay.
All right.
and there's my buddy Sparky sitting in the chair right there.
Mia's currently in the West Wing.
Yep, she's right there.
The West Wing.
Look at her. She's so cute. She's like, I'm just going to take.
All right.
All right. All right.
That's
all right.
awesome.
He
No,
just
so
give
cool.
us a view of his starship
Yeah,
there, the
it's
command
great.
center.
yeah, Val. What we were saying was that a whale came into contact with a fishing boat the other day,
Yes.
and
No, he hit the fishing boat hard.
and beached the boat.
Wow.
He hit they said that they saw a school of fish swarming. Now, usually when fish swarm, they're being chased by something. So them being fishermen, hey, let's throw the hooks over here or catch something. And a lot of people don't notice about whales, but they hunt going up in a circle. They
Mhm.
usually, like when they hunt for, at least the blue whales and the ones that hunt for shrimp, they blow a circle around the shrimp. And as the shrimp ball up in the middle, then they come up and grab them for a mouthful. Well, this boat was in the way, apparently.
Uh,
I'm curious to know what a mouthful of shrimp is for a whale.
It threw both men from the boat completely. It hit the
Oh my
boat.
God.
The boat went one way,
He be rubbing
the
his
fish
butt.
went another way, the whale went another way, and the men went another way.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez.
Arr,
the
mateys,
news.
arr.
And one guy said he'll never go back on the water again, and I don't blame him.
But they said there was no comment from Captain Ahab, so
I was going to say, oh my gosh.
Captain Ahab was unavailable for comment whilst he boarded
Right.
another vessel to
Right.
chase the whale down.
Exactly.
I'll be back in 1 week, he said.
Oh my gosh.
Herman, is the pollen? I still haven't
Yeah,
gotten
it's
those damn
terrible.
pills, man. For 3, you would think, and I was in CVS today. For 3 days, I've had a migraine on this side of my brain right
Oh,
here,
bless
I
you.
woke
and
up.
it has to do with pollen. And Herman told me what to get, and I was in CVS and brought some other crap.
Oh.
I took two
Right
of
now,
them.
it feels like my eyeball is going. You remember when Tyson hit that dude in the in this bodega? He
Who,
punched him in
Mr.
the
Reed?
eye. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
how
was
my
the
eye
first
feels
time
almost
I
from
ever did.
behind, though.
Uh,
He broke the mirror on his car. 400,000.
guys, I'll be right back.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how
My
much the
dogs are
mirror
going nuts.
cost on that.
So, Herman, more drone news, man, because we haven't had any in a while, and I want to do the zip line story.
What you got?
Okay, we've talked about Zipline multiple times here.
Mhm.
Zipline is coming to the United States, and they have a contract to bring their
actually
people
here
from
already.
Africa to here, not to not only to set up and show people how Zipline works, but as soon as Zipline is set up, they're going to start delivering immediately. And they have their
Awesome, isn't it?
professionals coming from South Africa to set up and teach us Americans that you can fly a fixed wing drone on missions and deliver packages almost as accuracy as a drone dropping down a wire, because that's how good they've gotten with Zipline.
Now, you know what's funny about that? That whole delivery mechanism that they use. Remember
It's
I
a
was talking-
parachute mechanism.
Yeah, but the whole with the drop line
Yeah.
that everybody wanted to use. I told you that was it. Flirty had the patent for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if they've been brought out or what, but Zipline is coming to the United States. And you want to know what?
Somebody else can use a product.
The fact that it's already tested in South Africa and other parts of Africa, and it's established, and they are sending their top crew here. They're paying room and
It's a
board.
great business model. It's a great business model.
Yes,
go and prove it where there's no regulation, where they really need the help, where it really is a charitable effort. Such a great effort that they've done. This they've saved lives with those drones.
Exactly, and they're fixed wing.
Prove the concept, and everyone will want it. It's amazing.
And it's more cost effective then these big boy drones out of a box, the drones out of the vans, you know, the van opens up and the sky lights up and the drone takes off, all of
That's
that.
it.
And
That's
zip
it.
line, just you launch it on a catapult, it goes towards its destination, it lines up for, you mark a drop point in an area, and it's
amazing.
very accurate. Even though now you know the circles at Flushing at Interference Park, Herman, those circles, concrete circles.
Yeah.
I'd say those maybe 50-foot circles. This zip line can hit almost the center every time.
Wow.
Well, you know, like I told you before, they've been over in Rwanda for years now.
Yeah. Yes, they have.
And they've moved so many miles with drones, bringing samples, tissue samples, you know, blood and everything back and forth over there. It's they were far ahead of, you know, UPS
Hey,
and
Night Train.
everything here. Far ahead of them.
Yeah, but the fact that they're taking something from another country and bringing it here to the United States with open arms and saying we're going to use this model, like Sean says, it's a great working model that has been proven over and over again. You know, they're not saying
proving it through charity is just so cool. And then when we all need it, it's there and ready. And you know, they can say, hey, we've had X thousand flights and not one crash. You know, they've got the stats to back it up.
Yep.
Which is just, it's so clever, so clever.
And I could see I can see zip lines doing residential and commercial delivery because of the accuracy of the drop and shoot. If they're using the old World War II bombing technique where you mark a dot on the ground and you calculate the drop point. And the pilot doesn't do it. The pilot just makes sure that the drone doesn't hit anything. He basically flies it out to a point and it takes over and it lines up for the drop point by itself.
Exactly.
And then he recovers it after it makes a drop point. Then he flies it back. That's got to be a badass job, man.
Yeah.
Think about it. You fly drones all day and you drop packages. Hey, I'm not going to drop this one in Sean's yard. I'm going to make him go 2 neighbors over. You know, to think about that. But you can't do that because it takes over. The pilot.
You can't do that because that's not very nice. Come on.
Put it on the roof.
Right.
Don't get me walking.
He's standing in the yard waiting like this.
Yeah.
And he landed on the roof.
Hey, I'm standing in the yard with a crowd of people telling them how great this drone is. And then it drops over there somewhere. Yeah, thanks. That's a great idea.
Puts it right in the pool.
Yeah, right. I can see Sean diving into the pool now to keep it from, you know, in slow motion.
Yep.
I still say, what about these people with these obnoxious dogs and stuff like that? And that thing comes down and the dog grabs a hold of it.
Yeah.
There are some very, very big hurdles for them to get over, but
so far as from everything I've seen with zip,
they're proving it.
Everything that I have seen, the ones that I've seen in Rwanda and where they're doing it regularly, an armed security guard from the hospital stands there and watches it drop. And then when it hits the ground, he goes and retrieves it. And that covers stolen packages right there. Hey, what's up, Matt? Matt's back at work. Matt's back at work.
Yeah. Back at work. Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
How you doing?
Hey, Matt.
But I seriously think it's a great idea. I really do.
Like I said, they've been over there doing this for a while now. Because when I first heard of the story, when we did the story on them over in Rwanda, they had been doing it for over a year. So I was like, they got a proven method. Everybody else is still in Australia trying.
That's right, exactly. Everyone else is still working out how to like get the little string to drop the parcel down.
Although, you know, like I said, UPS and Matternet has something going on with that drone.
No, it is.
And that's here, you know, because that's all in North Carolina. But
yes,
right now, from what I'm understanding, the only places right now with drone deliveries and stuff like going on now here in the States was in North Carolina and in Virginia.
That's right.
Well, that plus what's those students that were doing it at the university?
Yeah, they got
delivering.
They got shut down. Yeah, that got shut down quick.
Yeah, as soon as they put it, they couldn't stop themselves from putting it online. And as soon as the FAA saw it, that was it.
Yeah, they got shut down quick.
Hey, Herm, I got a question. Are we still in the TFR?
We should be. I believe so.
Yeah, I just had an issue about people still flying this TFR. They're going basically against whatever the rules are. That's it. Don't say no names. No names.
Well, you know that's always going to happen.
I've seen a
Why
lot
do
of
you
stuff.
have a bandage?
Who's got a bandage? What?
John Spitzel?
Well,
He says, I love my 65-inch Samsung TV. Have to go for a little. The nurse is here to change my bandage.
Well, you know what?
Sorry,
According,
Matt.
I hope he didn't get
Matt, according to AirMap, it is down.
It's down, right?
Yeah.
Every day
On
it's
the
basically
AirMap.
on for a few hours. I watched AirMap last night, and every day it's going to be
Now,
down.
the map that the one I would tell you not to use is UAV. They don't want anyone to fly.
Yeah, I don't trust that one anyway.
Yeah,
with the
I wouldn't
weather or
use it.
anything.
That's the worst.
What app does everyone use? I mean, I know you, Matt, you, Herman. What apps do you use when you fly a camera drone, I should say? Because,
well, it's funny you might
later, John Spizzo.
ask that, Lawrence, because we're talking now about
Easy.
these different apps, and I'm going through all of them. I'm looking at Kitty Hawk now. So far,
yeah, great segue, right? Right into it.
Everybody still has it up except for AirMaps.
Yes.
Now, it's funny we mentioned AirMaps because
they're in the news.
AirMaps is in the news. You know, I don't know which one of you guys.
And AirMap's corporate office was burnt down.
I don't know which one of you guys went over there protesting and looting and burned down AirMaps.
Fly their drone.
Their entire office burned to the ground.
Damn.
Some people,
AirMap.
you know, looting, you know, flew a few blocks away from the protest area.
Yeah, the funny part of it is, Herman, is they were running into DJI stores stealing drones that were just, they probably don't fly. They're just
Oh yeah, the store's got, you know, $16,000 worth of damage, but they stole a bunch of props and shelves and
yeah.
I mean, they might have got away with some nice hard cases to put nothing in.
Yeah.
You know how many props you have to steal?
Don't work.
$16,000.
That's true. That's true, Matt.
Come on, I wonder how much mannequins, you know, you can get. How many, you know, for $16,000?
Well, you got to figure, even if they did like the New York store, they said they lost $16,000. If they did move their main stock out, you got to remember that back wall has filters. It has on all kinds of accessories and peripherals to go with your drone. When you walk and be right behind the counter, that stuff you wouldn't seem as valuable unless it was in bulk.
In numbers, accessories.
Box.
All the accessories. Yep.
Yeah.
And send it out the door with the drones.
Yeah.
That's out the door with all the drones and the batteries that they sent out the door back over to the warehouse in Jersey.
Could you imagine how pissed some dude, yo, I got a drone, let's hook it up. Put the battery in. And they go to look at it and it's a shell.
Nothing.
But you didn't realize that it was a shell.
See that when they picked it up.
You didn't realize it was a shell when it almost fell out your hand because it was so light.
Yeah.
But Lawrence, honestly, that Inspire looks real. The Inspire tools that they have in there, they actually look real.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
And they're faking and fake. They ain't getting off the ground. You could put a real battery in there, ain't going.
Well, see, they're smart. They believe in you're not going to snatch and run with my stuff. You know how they do in the department stores, that there's a rack close to the door that the guys run up and grab the whole rack and run. Well, you can run as far as you want with that damn thing because they're not going to chase you for it.
All they're gonna do is
You
laugh
know
at
what?
you.
It's funny. That's like when I heard about the looters going into like the Gucci store and stuff like that. I'm like, the last time I worked in one of those places, everything is in the vault.
Yes.
Except for the one that they're showing you.
Except for the floor models. Except for the floor models.
Everything is in the vault.
We got to do better.
But
Yeah.
I can say it wasn't cool how certain things went down as far as the looting. I must admit, but you got to
Burned
understand
down to the ground. So I don't know how instrumental they're going to be right away in this.
Well,
pushing this UTM come December.
Exactly what Herman's saying, and that's why I was
working from home right now anyway. So
yeah,
we got to see what's going to happen with AirMaps, because right now, like I said, they have the UFR down and no one else does, and it was supposed to be until Friday. So
Friday.
But also,
what's going to happen with AirMaps.
But also, AirMap was one of the only app companies out there that made it very known. We're going to be a part of UTM, Unmanned Traffic Management System. So for them to lose their office, like you said, Herman, working from home may have saved them. But keep in mind, they're going to be the same ones that will probably say, hey, if you want to fly your drone, guess what? You got to do it through AirMap, because they're the only real company, drone app company that's in out of the list of people that we listed before, right? Remember,
they're a lands provider.
Yeah. Right. They are going to be affiliated with Lance. Get used to hearing AirMap.
Well,
because
I don't understand why anybody wasn't using them in Kitty Hawk to begin with, because if you were flying, then you were getting approval through Lance. So I hope everybody was.
And they were the first system to give approval. If you remember, they were one of the first systems to work AirMap that worked with Lance, provided you hooked your drone up through AirMap, that gave you clearance on the spot in the beginning when Lance started.
Val, you using Lance?
Huh?
Val, you using Lance? Or you just flying?
Not yet. I haven't flown anywhere that would say you can't be here. I found out after I did that 117. I thought every circle that came up on the before I took that class, was where you couldn't fly. And in my area,
which is
there was nowhere I could fly. Then I found out they're just putting those there. And the only thing I had to be aware of, I need to be aware of all of it. The only thing I need real clearance for is the big airport. 5 miles around it.
That stuff off, Val.
Huh?
You can turn some stuff off. So
I turned it all off. I was like, what the hell?
That's the app that Desmond's talking about, which is
okay.
Very
what is it called? NATS?
It's Drone Assist. It's made by the NATS people and the National Air Traffic Service.
Drone Assist. I need to write that down.
Well,
it's a good app. It's excellent, in fact.
Sky Vector.
Well, all I worry about is the major airports. That's it. All the other ones. Yeah, that's it.
Huh? What's it, Val?
Your voice seems low today.
Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just a little lower than everyone else.
Yeah.
Let's talk loud. That's what it is.
Well,
I don't have that much to prove.
All I can say, it's UK only. Now,
Sorry, I was just saying
you wait till I write down the name to tell me that, man.
Sorry,
I thought maybe you were taking a trip, Lawrence.
Well, yeah, I thought you were just,
You want to know what?
Soaking up the knowledge.
I would love to go to Europe.
Dude, you're welcome anytime.
I would love to go to Europe. My only problem is I tend to go away to places and don't want to go home. Like I remember my very first
We have
trip
space.
when I was like, no, I was 16 years old, and my very first trip outside of New York City. My last day, I tried to get lost coming back, but they found me. And when we were driving back through Jersey, I looked across, you see the Manhattan skyline, because we lived in Harlem. So we don't take the George Washington Bridge, which brings us in through Southern New York. but you see the Manhattan skyline, and it was this yellowish orange haze. And I was like, I asked my uncle, I'm like, yo, what is that cloud? He says, you breathe it every day.
Hmm.
You know, it was the pollution and soot and stuff from the city. You know, that I like to, I would love to go to Europe. Trust me.
You are more than welcome here, sir.
Okay.
I don't know if my wife would agree with me going.
Paris, 2 hours. Bruges, 3 hours.
Oh no. See, I don't
drone.
want to go to none of the
you've never
touristy
droned.
spots. I don't want to go to none of the
Hey,
touristy
no,
spots.
not touristy spots. We can do the World War II beaches and fly.
That's the kind of stuff, the D-Day type. That's
Yeah.
the stuff I'm interested in.
Oh.
Yeah, see, while everyone's taking pictures of the
Normandy.
Eiffel Tower, I would be taking pictures of beaches and the Toms is
Exactly,
another
sir.
place I would like to, you know, fly.
So, Sean, when are you sending him a ticket to come stay?
Hey, the space is here. You guys are more than welcome.
Send him a one way.
One way.
We'll be doing those guys London. Although we do have new attractions to go and visit.
I'd be like Nomad Bike traveling the UK.
Yeah.
In my van.
He said he would.
Yeah, you know.
Matt, are you moving? Because
you wouldn't really have to do it in a van.
And when Lawrence gets tired, he can get on one of them tramp steamers and come back.
Listen,
call him a tramp.
I'm not traveling back to the States in a cargo container.
Well, Paul knows a lot of those ships. Go.
I've got an in. You let me know. We'll get you.
I can imagine that Lawrence trying to get back here on a steamship. He missing the birthdays and everything.
Yeah, right.
It'll take you 8 months.
I would love to own a castle.
It would take me as long to get back to the States as it does to get something from Banggood.
Lawrence to be missing birthdays and everything. Holidays.
It would. It takes you that long.
I could see Lawrence coming back with duffel bags full of Banggood products, smuggle them back to the United States because he can't get them. You know,
man.
Well, I got something for everybody. This is when we stopped over and when we stopped at I got something for all the kids. Take some candy from over in.
No, what would happen is they would probably stop me at customs, and I'd be like, "Let the bags through. You can keep me. Let the bags through." Herman, go pick the bags.
Brilliant.
Oh my God.
Steamship, you'd be running to get.
Desmond says he thought I was on my way over. What's up? Hadley's back in here. What's good, dude?
I seen they have an FCC for a new RoboMaster.
They have a what?
An FCC for a new RoboMaster.
Yes, there is it's supposed to be a more intelligent RoboMaster that you remember Teddy Ruxpin? It wasn't Teddy Ruxpin. They had a bear that they sold here in the United States, and when you put it next to the other one, they kind of laughed and giggled at each other. And
that was Teddy Ruxpin, yeah.
Right. That's what they're trying to do with the new RoboMaster. So now, if I come to a park and Matt's out there with his RoboMaster doing whatever he's doing, I can pull up with mine, and it'll ask me, do I want to interface with his? And it'll ask Matt, do you want to interface? And it's an intelligent thing. So you'll either fight together or play games together or whatever. It's supposed to make it be a lot more intelligent.
Well, with your luck, Lawrence, the two robots will start making fun of you.
You're probably right. If I break the controller, right?
Yeah.
Breaking the controller.
Yeah, I can see one of them saying that you don't got to listen to him. Just, you know.
Yeah, right.
Kind of good use for that, wasn't it? Just more or less looked like a tank.
Huh?
That's when
the Roadmaster was the tank, right?
Yes.
The RoboMaster
like
is a device that's on wheels, and it has different attachment. It has arms, it has pushers, it has a flipper. You're supposed to be able to fight with them, play soccer, and do joint missions together. And they're supposed to be very popular over in Asia.
Everything is programmable, yeah.
And right, they're programmable. We are late on them. because by the time we get up on them, the Robo Masters will probably be changing their own battery.
Well, in Europe, Sean, don't they have all kind of competitions with those?
In Japan.
Japan.
Okay.
Yes. There's actually a very serious league in Japan. Which
show
and they
on
build
television.
them and improve them and things, and they race.
Well, if you
battle.
remember a very popular series, Robot Wars.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
Guys had Robot Wars. I think they should have kept going with it. And they even tried to come back with a series where guys built robots with arms and legs, and they had it attached to an umbilical, so it would extend and go out and fight. And that helicopter is hovering 50 feet above houses again.
This is the same one.
No, listen, this is getting scary because
is it the blue one again?
It's the same helicopter. They were.
Be careful, they're spraying.
No, don't laugh. Don't laugh, dude. You know how they be doing shit. But
I know.
When the curfew started, the second night of the curfew. But hold on, the second night of the curfew out here, the helicopter came over, and about 2 or 3 times. The very next night of the curfew, it came over and did the same thing. Now, I just saw it the other day, the same day that Justin saw his out there. He says that it took off from a park near him. Now, I don't know what they're doing. He thinks they're inspecting lines. I don't think so. I think they're actually flying over people's backyards because people were barbecuing.
I think they're inspecting people
behind their houses.
Yeah, I think they're inspecting people.
Right, they're flying randomly. There's no set pattern.
Well, either that or Bubba's Barbecue is delivering by helicopter now.
No, but you hear this thing 50 feet in the air.
So what is the curfew where you guys are?
Huh?
What kind of curfew do you have there?
Well, they stopped the curfew, but the helicopter's still around. I'm saying, I want to know. And also, it's an unmarked helicopter. The call letters on it are written in red, and they're written very thin and very small. Now, most helicopters here in New York have to have big call letters on the side. You guys know, big call letters on the sides and some type of identification. And also, they only have 2 lights, one on top of the prop and one on the bottom in the middle at night.
Well, like I said, I haven't seen them out here. They out there looking at something.
Listen, they're flying 50 to 70 feet above the ground with no light aimed at the ground or nothing. I don't know what they're doing. So when it's funny you say that, Matt, because I was like, I hope they're not spraying and not telling nobody.
They ain't gonna tell nobody. Not gonna tell nobody. Random.
It just passed over going in one direction. I haven't heard it come back, but it's almost they're going randomly to different places. Now I don't know what they're doing. They're with JFK International Airport right here, right next to me. I'm at the 2.5 to 3 mile marker. Okay, and that's awful damn low to be flying over residential areas.
So you know what you do? Hold up a sign and ask him what the hell was he doing.
What are you doing?
Oh, and that app Flight Radar 24, it doesn't come up on it.
Okay. So
every helicopter and plane in the next 2 or 3 states around me comes up, Matt, but that helicopter does not show up at all, which means it doesn't have any transponders. So it's either police or government.
So now you know whose aircraft it is.
Listen,
Secret Service.
Listen, all I know is it's starting to worry me. Because the curfew's over.
I want to say, I think it's something you guys need to think about. I don't think it's just up there for nothing.
Val, helicopters don't fly 50 feet above residential areas randomly.
No, they do not. I'm telling you. Where
did you get that from?
The same company were contracted in Philadelphia in 2017 and created the same buzz. Blue helicopters with red markings.
See?
And
maybe blue helicopters with red marking, yes.
It was solved. It was solved as in they gave the public a reason, but we know that might not be the reason.
What was the reason?
Basically taking high quality photos of high tension electric cables.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just read this. It said mystery solved, and I was like, okay, great.
Something. I'm gonna go get my phone and I'm gonna show you their flight path, And where my flight path is, they fly over high-powered lines.
Very low,
Okay,
photographing the high tension electrical wires along
Okay,
the
so
high
these
line.
high-tension electrical wires are over people's
And they're
backyards.
if it is that,
here.
they're using thermal imaging cameras.
So I think this would be, either someone's being incredibly foolish to decide that this right now would be a really good time for them to do a 50-foot passover. If it were electrical wires, there's some
Val, the pattern that they're taking isn't no pattern. I'm gonna get my phone. I'm gonna bring it as close as.
I honestly think they're just watching y'all.
I'm gonna get. Well, they ain't watching me because I'm not doing. They wasting their money. They wasting their jet fuel.
They're going, where is that guy? Where is Navin? I know he's here.
I was joking yesterday because my nephew came down from Utica. I said they're looking for you, dude. Hold on,
I don't think there's any reason in a residential area they should be flying that low. I don't think
they can use a drone for that. High attention wires,
Yeah,
helicopter.
I don't know. I just think it's something to. It's either the police or they're just trying to do exactly what they are doing. That's causing people to talk about it.
It dawned on me. I posted it on those guys' Facebook. Give me a chance to pull it up.
Spraying.
Because we don't have those power lines over this area.
No, Val, the pattern, if they were searching for lines, these lines must be under freaking ground. Because the pattern that these dudes are taking, there is no pattern. And in this video that I posted in those guys, I'm going to pull up, they flew over the power lines. The power lines are going horizontal compared to the front of my house. Okay, hold on.
Spraying for mosquitoes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. At least they warn us and put signs on the pole. Don't come out between 6 and 9.
Yeah, but those things.
They used to let us go running that stuff.
Okay, I have it, Val. Here. Now you look at this pattern that it flies. It does kind of fly off screen some, but hold on. Wait a minute. Let me.
What the hell?
Hold on. Let me start it from the beginning here. That's it right here, right? Now I zoom in. Now the telephone lines are right here. These are where the telephone. Really low. Those are where the high power. It's 50 feet, dude.
Yeah, you could almost.
Now you see the prop.
Oh wow!
You see, really low. Those telephone lines are right there, right here. Those are high powered lines. There's the train, and it's not. That building's 30 feet. He's 20 feet above that in the distance behind it.
Is that on those guys?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can check it out there.
Those power lines.
No, they're checking for social distancing. That's what they're doing.
I don't know what the hell they checking for, but
Well, that's some mean looking clouds.
Yes, it is.
You got any meth labs in your neighborhood, Lawrence?
I don't know, man.
Wow, I just got another weather alert. That's the second one.
Are you going out to fly?
Oh wow.
Keep it that way.
But if you go to those guys, you can look at it and actually see. I'm telling my nephew who came down, they followed you to my house. Because I've never seen a helicopter fly that low and wasn't search and rescue or EMS or police like that. Okay.
Well, they
That's
used
a big storm cloud. Wow.
That's coming your way, right, Paul?
Yeah, they just issued a severe storm warning for Port Huron until 7:00 p.m., which is 6 to 7.
How's the wind out there now, Paul?
Keep it that way.
Yeah, the wind's probably only 25.
Well, it's 6 right now, so this will be hitting you right now.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's here.
And sometimes just before these storms hit.
Now, Sean, this helicopter started showing up during. I hear it outside now.
That's like, you remember the time when
you know what,
Lawrence?
I'm going to sign in here and see if I can see it outside.
Lawrence,
Lawrence, go and wave at him.
What'd you say, Herman?
The time we were over by the bridge and we saw the lightning flash and it flashed twice. And the third time it flashed, a gust of wind came in, and the rain just started coming down.
Yes,
It always
yes,
comes
we
after the
barely
third.
got our drones back
So
on
the
the
wind just
ground
started coming
before a
out all,
deluge.
all over the place. I'm like, oh.
The rain always comes after the third strike. The third one, you have
So
it
it
down.
just opened up. We was trying to get the drones in the car without getting wet.
Yep. Yeah. And we were watching the storm come towards us, Paul, and we were flying. Then all of a sudden my drone went like this. I said, "Oh, I'm coming back." But I wanted to catch the storm so bad, I flew back home backwards. And as soon as I touched the ground and stopped the motors, Herman was already on the ground. Ray was already on the ground. And as soon as I picked up my drone off the ground, it just started. Wow. Matt, we were under the back of Herman's top of his truck. That wasn't enough, dude. We were getting wet.
You should have had the sauna suit for the drone. Yeah,
Hey,
the rain suit.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
the drone diaper.
I'm gonna mute this real quick. Send me.
What happened?
He's muting us.
They muted already.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go figure out the helicopter now.
Hey, Lawrence, I think I figured it out for you, buddy.
It's
Be
spraying.
careful out there, Lawrence. I think they're looking for you.
There it
Put a
is.
mask on. It's spraying.
There it is,
There
Lawrence.
it is.
Blue helicopter.
I think what Lawrence is gonna do is he's gonna put. if he
He's
can
gonna
get
go
it,
outside and see if he can
Show
see
us.
the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see a net fly out the helicopter on it,
Exactly.
3 inches of rain north of us.
know he's being,
Yeah, I can hear you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
All right, cool. Now I'm gonna hang out here and wait till I hear it again.
But we can't see anything.
Oh, we can't see you. You don't have your video on.
what are you like, on the spot report?
There you
There
do.
you are.
Okay, I'm gonna wait around because it seems to be doing a pass almost where it went past before. I can hear it. Wait a minute.
I don't know if they see
Hey.
you looking for it. They
Hey,
may-
Lawrence, see that pole behind you? Climb up on top of that pole and see what it is.
Oh, hold on. I hear it.
How they said, Paul, let's go live to the street. We have novice.
Yeah, that live to the street. Here we go.
There you go.
It's a couple of blocks. Oh, that's a police helicopter circling. So they're looking for the bad boys. It's not the same copter.
Oh,
They might be looking for that helicopter.
No,
Yeah.
I doubt it. The helicopter doesn't even show up on flight radar. At least police helicopters show up with no information on it. All
Look
right.
out.
where are you going?
He's done.
What happened?
Oh, we were keeping an eye on your
Well,
regular.
the police helicopter went by and pointed a harpoon at him, and so he decided he's going to get back in the house.
From the on-the-spot reporter.
And that was
Okay.
that was our on the spot reporter.
Yep.
Exactly. Back to you, Herman.
Back to
Back
Lawrence.
to the show.
So Lawrence, so what we find out?
Hey, Jay.
You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah,
but
that was-
Sean, how did you find out about that story in Philadelphia?
You saw it already.
I have my ways.
Sean is a sharp reporter.
You know what it is? It's probably his freaking helicopter.
There is also a $10 million unmarked NYPD helicopter that scans large gatherings, and they don't actually fly a set route. They just keep flying round. And
I've seen that one many times. Yeah.
the sensors map where everybody is, and it predicts where the congregation's going to be, so they can start diverting people off and saying, "Hey, don't come down here. There's going to be too many people. Go up here. Go up there." Like
Okay.
a safety thing
Okay.
is what they call it. Whether we want to let them call it that.
And you do what
That's
for a
Lawrence
living,
speak.
Sean?
That's the Lawrence.
I've seen that one.
They be out there barbecuing.
No, seriously, Sean, what the people are doing out here is because the police are looking at the local parks and large areas where people get together, like the beach, they're having parties in their backyard. Now, around here, there are a lot of islanders, you know, from Jamaica, Puerto Rico, places like that. And in the islands, people always cover their backyard. So when they're having a party and it starts raining, you can keep partying. So now these people are barbecuing under these ledges, and that's what I thought the helicopter was doing, reporting people in large groups behind their houses. But out where Justin is and where it was flying, there's nothing but commercial out there.
Yeah, I think that
And
would be
he
quite an
believed,
expensive way of stopping house parties as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But he believes that they were inspecting lines too. But he also mentioned that the pattern that it flies is totally random.
Mm.
There's no
50
most
feet over the
helicopters fly
barbecue.
to a site and they hover around it, or they stay in one spot and look at it. This thing is zigzagging this way, coming back this way, flying backwards this way. I need more
So,
footage.
We
so
have some
it-
breaking news. The helicopter was last seen heading south,
oh no.
having
I'm done.
having scooped up a local
Darn it.
resident.
I'm done. That's what you was working on. What? That's what you were freaking working on.
Like that.
I'm too done. At least you could have flattened my belly some.
There is it. There is some kind of red orange.
That's what I was telling you.
on the-
That's
on the
red
fuselage,
marking on
yeah.
it. That's the only thing you can identify on it, and they're call letters because
It
I know
has
the call
it has
letters.
some sensors.
you-
It definitely has multiple banks of sensors, so it could be that. But
If you
and-
look
and-
above the cockpit,
Yeah.
the cockpit. There's right in the front. There's a pilot's cockpit, and it looks like something on the side here, right there. Right.
yeah, I
there.
think that's the way the bell. It's a bell. I think that's the way the bell
Okay.
looks.
Well,
Yeah.
that could be, you know, they've got those bubbles they put out on the
Yeah.
sides where they can look out, look down from
Mhm.
inside.
We build up to the pit.
All I know is
Plexiglass bubble.
Yeah.
I pay attention to it because I've never seen a helicopter hover that low. If it wasn't coming in to
Yeah.
land
No,
for an
indeed.
emergency,
Which is-
and the fact that he's flying so low above electrical lines
Mm.
makes
It
it
shows
even
confidence
more.
as well.
What's that, Sean?
It shows confidence as well. So it's a
Yeah, that's a badass
highly
pilot.
qualified pilot.
That is
yeah.
a badass pilot.
Exactly. That's really low.
Get nervous, Lance. You'll be all right. You'll be all
Oh, Herman, I thought you
So
were
we
going to
should
talk
have
about
we should have a
the
word.
drone that they were trying to use a helicopter to knock out of the air.
Hey,
I thought you were
Lawrence,
going to talk about that story.
No. No.
Lawrence,
Huh?
I think you have to come up with a safe word in case they come for you. Well, how about this? Call, call.
Yeah, that's a police helicopter. That's the same police helicopter.
You just start running because we'll.
Yeah,
Val,
yeah.
train eagles.
And if you run away from a helicopter, serpentine back and forth. Don't go in
Yeah,
a straight line.
yeah, do it this way so they can't
Yeah,
get
you
you.
got
Yeah, that would work.
I hate to tell
Coming
you,
from.
you know, the helicopter could be at the next corner by the time he gets there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Right?
Hovering. You can't outrun it.
What
That's why
happened?
they use them.
We want you to go out and try and outrun that helicopter.
No, that's all right.
Imagine that would kill me. I'd be just laying in the street gasping for breath as it was just scooping me up.
Well, as low as he's flying, he'll probably get into a clear spot and get about 25 feet off the ground and have somebody jump out on Lawrence.
Jump out and grab you in the back of your neck.
Yeah.
right, thank you.
So why couldn't you have a barbecue when there was curfew? You're still at your house.
Why don't what? I didn't hear you.
Why can't you have a barbecue when there's
You can just for yourself, but you can't have a
You
bunch of
can
people.
have a barbecue, but because of social distancing, they don't want large events. Like us as a family, we live on the first floor and second floor. We have our apartment here. They live upstairs. We could barbecue because we're family. But these guys are having 20, 25 people. No, that's local NYPD, definitely.
Hey,
Oh, I see, but I see the same. I see the design of the bell. I got you, Sean. So that's what that is. That's a side panel.
Yeah, but I've seen the police in those black
Now,
helicopters over over what you call it, over Calvert Vox. I've seen them over.
Right. Oh, that is the only other place I've seen them fly that low, Herman, at Calvert Vaux Park.
Yeah.
A police helicopter, like he was going to land on the soccer field or something.
That happened to us last
They'll
week. We
fly
was
low over
in
by Garrison too.
Where were you, Matt?
Commodore Barry Park, and the top was over us. The police helicopter was over us like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
They fly low at Garrison too. Hey, Roger.
What's up, Roger? Roger. Great flight, Roger. I would like to say now I consider you a drone pilot. And I'm sorry for ribbing you a little much by saying, when are you going to fly across the street? You did it. You shut me up. You guys can hear that?
What?
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
He's
for
hovering
you.
right over the house, so it sounds like he's right over
for you.
Hold on.
Look, listen. He can come for me all he wants. What is he coming to get?
Get him more west.
What is he coming to get? Val, stop it. Stop it, Val.
You seen Goodfellas, right?
What happened, Herman?
Lawrence got a problem. He got the helicopter following him.
No, but Herman, you remember all the bullshit that was going on here yesterday, right? That's when the police helicopter needed to be here.
Lawrence got the police helicopter following him.
Look, I'm just checking to make sure I don't leave outside the gate with this
car,
bracelet on.
Over to the neighbor's house.
Hey,
Lawrence,
do you still have your ankle bracelet on?
That's what I was just saying. Val missed it. I said, they're just checking to make sure I don't leave the perimeter of the gate.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
That's what it is, Lawrence. You can't leave the perimeter of the gate.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I do, they're allowed to snipe me.
Here I am thinking y'all got meth labs in your neighborhood or something.
Well, when having mysterious navy blue jets with reddish orange writing on it.
What you call meth lab, Lawrence calls a barbecue. You know, meth lab barbecue.
Paul, you messed up. That's messed up, Paul.
That's real liberal.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah, that's apples and oranges, all right.
That's more like apples and avocado.
Welcome back, cool.
Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Jay Santiago, how are you?
I had to go season them chuletas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
Well, Ray didn't want to come on until his buddy with the helicopter called him and checked in. So.
Who that?
Yeah, Ray.
You know got the helicopter
chased by helicopters.
No,
Justin and Lawrence, they were stalking them.
No, dude. That helicopter flew over 2 nights during the protest when the curfew started, the second night after the protest, the third night. And then I saw it yesterday when I was outside.
That's some private dude, man. It was just video stuff.
You know as well as I do, all aircraft, helicopters have to have large call signs on the fuselage. This one is so tiny and written on the black, navy blue lettering. It's reddish or orange, red or whatever. But unless you have a pair of binoculars, you can't see the call signs of this helicopter. And he's flying at 50 feet. But Justin says they took off from a park over by him.
They're coming.
I have another answer, if that helps.
Checking for
no.
Sorry, I love going down my rabbit holes.
Sean's been working on something. That's why he's been quiet.
Okay, the FBI have advised the NYPD on how to own and register unmarked helicopters. And the NYPD are using shell companies to register the aircraft so they can't be traced back to them. And also give special undercover registration handling to the FAA to thwart tracking by aviation enthusiasts who might spot it in the air and attempt to investigate the registration number.
You can't identify it.
The NYPD also asked the FAA to notify its aviation unit if anyone contacts the agency inquiring about the aircraft should they get close enough to read the difficult lettering.
That's the undercover helicopter.
So now you know they're watching
in and around New York, and that's as a the greater area rather than the city. There are 50 surveillance craft known to be owned by different agencies under shell companies.
Interesting.
That are constantly surveilling the area.
Well, they looking over the wrong neighborhood. We ain't got shit out here.
Yeah, they're messing around.
Hey, guys.
Let them try that at 4th of July. 50 feet, they coming down.
Oh,
They're
4th of
coming
July.
down. Somebody coming down. Somebody coming down.
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying, now that the police helicopter's hovering, I'm trying to hear what's going on because I'm tuned to the local police precinct.
You ain't going to hear it.
Train station, okay.
Nah, you never heard it. This is a special frequency they are.
Get over to transit forthwith, please. 10-4.
It's something, we live at the last stop on the A train line, and apparently something has happened at the train station that has caused them to call the police helicopter, because sometimes guys do a crime and they get on the train, there's no train there, so they run the track, not realizing the detectives are at the next track, at the next station. Hold on.
They want them to check the track, the Mott Avenue station, possibly on the track.
Possibly on the track.
Yeah, he jumped the turnstile.
Now, he ain't jumped no turnstile. They running on no track. Turnstile jumping.
Yeah.
They just stated he possibly fled into the station and they want them to check the area, the track area.
Yeah, they're choreographing. They have the helicopter checking the tracks, and he ran down on the track. So
Under the influence, female Hispanic, heavy set 5'8", 71 years old.
I would just let you go.
That's crazy. Oh, you're muted.
I would just
JSK, not all types of gadgets. When you're flying a drone, you should have a radio to begin with. That's how we fly here in New York. We have one tune. We have a tune to the frequency that we can communicate, and we have a tune to local police frequency in case something's going on in the area where we are. But I'll admit, I do listen to the police radio in my neighborhood for entertainment. I admit it. It is entertaining, especially around the holidays.
You know what's funny, Al? I do the same thing.
Yes.
Check it out. Simultaneously, the Citizen app going off, and this is going off at the same time.
Yep.
The same time. Like, they get an app, I'm like, oh, responding. I'm like, this is crazy.
Right. They'll say, because the Citizen app works through people calling in, and the gunshot detection devices. For you guys that don't live inside New York, if you walk outside your house and you fire a gun, they have gunshot detection devices spread all throughout our city. So they have so many of them. So that if I fire a shot here, each gunshot detection device will lock in and triangulate where that shot came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they use it quite often.
That's how they caught it. They used that the other day when they shot this guy like 30-something times.
That's how they do it.
He busts the shot.
And the Citizen app tells you it used to work only in New York and California. They're actually spreading out the Citizen app to other states. But it is an app designed so that it was basically designed so that if you were going to the park and you had this app and there was a mugger or a crime in the park, you would get an alert not to go to the park, or there's a crime in the park. So between Citizen and the police band frequency, they work together very easily and smoothly. But like Ray was saying, the Citizen app goes off sometimes simultaneously with the radio.
Yeah. Like, wow.
But it dawned on me, I had my radio sitting here looking at me on the desk, and there's police activity up above. And I know if that helicopter's there, they're talking to local police here. So that's what made me think that it had to do with the train station, because it happens out here. A guy went to rob a bank out here. He got away. He got away completely. He robbed a bank. He robbed 2 tellers. His mistake was he sat up on the train station like a normal person, and someone identified him from the bank, told what he had on, and the detectives walked up and sat next. The detective sat next to him, And when the train came in, he got up to get on the train. They both stood up and arrested his ass.
Wow.
Just that simple.
See, when you got the elevated train like out by you, that's harder to get away than out here.
Exactly.
Yeah, right up too. Right up.
It's harder. You know, you're right. I used to be a graffiti writer. And we used to run around in the tunnels, New York City. You remember the old 42nd Street guys? 42nd Street and the A train, there was a level of homeless people that lived below there.
Yeah, that was.
You remember 42nd Street and 8th Avenue? Right, the mole people.
Yeah.
Well, when we were graffiti writers back then, we used to bring them food and beer and
all
stuff.
that. Yeah.
And they would tell us when the
Yep.
patrols came through, and then we would be able to tag up the trains and get out. And when they trains moved out during rush hour, we would be standing there taking pictures of our stuff.
Yeah, top to bottom.
Yeah,
Top to
yeah,
bottom.
you know, you already know, Ray.
But you feed those dudes, they look out for the cops and everything. Yo, we had these two. They was like, every time we went there, we took them fried chicken or some pizza or something like that. So they'll tell us when the cops is coming. Yo, they used to talk to the rats, man. Don't worry about them. That's Billy. That's Jeffrey. Yeah, they come in every night looking for food.
The rats are their pets.
Feeding them rats, and they hanging out with them. I'm like, these dudes crazy. But they got them all out. They closed those tunnels up, man. And,
they sealed all that stuff off because at one time New York City had a city living below the city.
Yo, that was crazy, though. That was crazy.
You know, truthfully, that's all the museum really is. You know.
Yes, yes,
train station.
Yes, in Brooklyn, yes, it is.
Right there on what's that?
That's how they get the nostalgic train out.
Mm-hmm.
The old C train with the metal fans and the straw seats.
And the bamboo seats.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Those seats were made out of a wicker, and they had that finish on it. And those seats
was bamboo. It was bamboo.
Yeah, it never got busted up or nothing.
Nope.
Yo, hard. Because they seal it with that hard stuff. Yeah. That train was something else, man.
That was back from when the conductor used to stand between the cars, and they were these two bumpers he would hold on to when the train stopped. And to open the doors, he would press the bottom, and to close the doors, he would bang the tops of the pieces.
Lawrence, you just said it. They had fans, propellers in the train.
Yeah.
Try that right now, boy.
Imagine 12-inch fans. They had above people's heads in metal.
There was two of them on the East Pole.
Circulating air, one facing this way, one facing that way. That was air conditioning back then.
That's crazy because there wouldn't be no showtime in the train if they had them ceiling fans.
What?
You know
That's true. Funny. You know how the guys are dancing around the poles and flipping and all of that? Yeah, you're right. They couldn't do it with those fans.
You know how long it takes for some people to get around the city? If our subway system was the way it was originally if it was left that way, we wouldn't have so much subway traffic. We wouldn't have so much people taking so long to get home. All those lines that went down Lexington, all those lines that went down Myrtle, they all gone. As my father said, they came back to us as Toyotas. Because, they all down and sold it.
Toyota lasts a long time, though.
So that subway still, all right.
Yeah. But what happened? Your pop's right, man. That's when they got rid of all the switches, the certain switches, all these new mechanical switches with sensors in it. Dust get in, they got to shut the whole line down and clean the dust off. You're right, man. Yeah. Everything was mechanical. It's like having a Chevy back then. You use 2 tools or 3 tools, a fill up, fly head, and a 960 and a 5.8. You could take about that whole car.
The whole train, yeah.
The whole GM car, the whole Chevy. Those 4 tools.
Now, all you need is an Allen wrench and a Phillips
key. A hex key, okay. A hex key, yeah.
You said a hex key.
But it's funny if you go back and you check out the old history and the videos. They're up on YouTube. The trains went across the Brooklyn Bridge.
They used to.
Yeah, back in the day.
Where we walk at, where the walkway is.
Yeah, where that walkway is and that steel over it.
Mm-hmm.
But the Manhattan Bridge always had it.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys, you ready?
Yeah.
Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
those
guys. Okay, great to see everybody.
Smiling.
And I will see you next time.
Thanks for hanging out, Sean. But see,
Sean.
Now, Sean, before you go, next time I see that copter, I'm going to try and see if I can see those call letters.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah.
And then call the FAA and ask about it and see who turns up at your door.
Yeah, it turns out.
That'll tell
Oh,
you.
that's okay.
That'll tell you who owns it.
What kind
All
of
right,
binoculars
later,
you got?
Sean.
See you guys. Thanks
All
so
right,
much.
see you later.
Bye, Val.
All right, Val. Mhm.
Just send the drone up, Lawrence. Take some pictures of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Follow it around at about 15, 20 feet off.
No,
Yeah,
that's
do
okay.
some flips around the heli.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. They at 50 feet as it is.
Mm-mm. That's not that high.
Just like he said, see how fast they show up. Yeah.
You being so nosy for, right?
That's okay.
Exactly. He's flying over my house. Exactly.
Right. Why you being so nosy?
Yeah, why you being so nosy?
Listen.
You don't know? It's not the projects? You don't know?
Yeah, but seriously, these guys have to take no-fly zone more seriously. They have to. They really have to. It's going to mess it up for everybody. It really is.
Oh, I found an image. I found it. This isn't one of the old trains out here from where I used to live, but it's, oh wait, it was a Coney Island train. Okay, hold on.
F or E train.
All right, here we go. Here's one. These used to, wow, those look like 15-inch fans. Damn. Hold on.
Those are wooden blade fans. Yeah, the wooden blade ones.
Hold on, right here. This picture right here. I'm trying to click on the picture, but they won't let me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
These are the old school trains.
That green, yeah.
Remember these metal hooks?
Yeah, I got two of those. I got two of those.
Here you go, Herman. This is it right here.
I think those are R46 trains.
With those fans, those giant fans.
Yeah, the model
fans.
Yeah.
That's not the one. Like the A train had the smaller fans.
The smaller one. They was in the cage. The smaller ones was in the cage. Right. Two of them. Yeah. Yeah. And I used to ride that going to Euclid Avenue, man. That's where I went to school at. I used to ride them on. EC local. Like, that's crazy,
I forgot you went to school over there.
Yeah, man. They call it what they call it, transit tech now, right?
Yeah, it's transit tech now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
East New York Vocational.
Technical high school, exactly. Man, we had helicopters, airplanes, and everything in that school, man. Yeah.
And then they said for some god
that was great.
And these
that
kids
was back when they used to actually donate real stuff for kids to work on.
What you say, Herman?
Somewhere along the lines, they said, these kids don't need to get a job when they get out of school. Let's take all of that.
I'm grateful that I had that 4 years up in there and learned some stuff that I learned.
Yeah, there's no more vocational in that school. You don't learn nothing.
You don't learn nothing.
A lot of schools that had those programs are shot.
Shot. They've been shot.
Automotive and Grady.
Yeah. Once Dinkins got out, they did all of that.
Yeah. Basically, now you don't have a trade no more. You can't get a trade.
Dinkins got out, they did all that. They did all the after school program and everything.
But it's not what it used to be.
Nah, exactly.
Because I coached at automotive.
They even had what's the other one? Band. The band. They even had bands in school. Like no more.
A couple of the kids when I was coaching at automotive, they got jobs with transit, sanitation, working on vehicles. But the program is not what it used to be.
They got
automotive.
Yeah, automotive. You got a school with an automotive program, but you don't have driver's ed.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's
how I got my license in my school. We had driver's ed in my school. Yeah,
should be
my license fucking since I was 17 years old, man.
I was 17.
Exactly, yo. You kidding me?
If you have that class, it should be free. Yeah. That should be part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
So we had classroom discussion, and the day you go out and drive it was 2 days to drive.
That was a fun day, yo.
Oh yeah.
Paul, you still with us, man? You looking sleepy?
I learned on a Toyota.
Well, I'm kind of scanning the skies and scanning the weather radar and.
Okay, yeah, because it's supposed to hit what time tonight?
Well, imminent right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that hurricane that went through the middle of the United States is supposed to be meeting up with a weather front over by Paul.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, here it is, right?
Oh, they said it's going up into Canada. We don't have to worry
Ooh,
about
look at
that.
that.
Yes,
Wow.
going in the right direction.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
headed
going
right up
straight
into
up, yeah.
Canada,
And
Don't
this
blow
is
it this
where
way.
I am right now, right there.
where your hand
Mhm.
is.
Yep.
Okay.
Fast. It's moving fast too.
Wow, that's really strong. Look at the yellow and red. Wow.
Yeah, that's a violent storm.
Yep.
But I will admit, in all my life, I've never seen a hurricane go up the middle of the United States before. Up
That's
until this
crazy.
point, I've never seen that. I've seen it up the West Coast. I've seen them go up the East Coast, but I've never seen
It's
one go
going straight
straight
up,
up
yeah.
from the Gulf of Mexico, straight up.
It's
Never in
going straight up.
history.
That's crazy.
And they said it was going to go into Canada. I didn't believe it. I thought hurricanes died down over land.
It's supposed to.
But it met up with, see, if you look at the weather on the, hold on, Paul, the weather on the left side where
Yep.
Green Bay is in Milwaukee, that's what's making the hurricane stronger. That section
Yep.
there.
Yep.
It's
Because
giving
that's
more energy
curling
to
like
it. Yeah.
this.
Some water,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Right
giving it
behind
more
it,
energy like that.
Yeah.
There's two back to back. Wow, it's two of them. It's crazy.
And that's a
And
pretty
what-
big storm covering
And
several
it's headed
states. A couple
towards
of
Roger
states.
over here.
Oh, Roger's over in Quebec.
Yeah.
Keep it that way.
Yep.
Well, it's passing straight on by. It's headed in the right direction.
Keep it that way.
You want me to talk to it for you guys so you can get some excitement, or
Nope.
No,
Oh,
because
okay.
every time you
That's
wish
okay.
snow to come to New York, it never made it.
I like
know.
how it's going, where it's going.
Yeah, we're enjoying our 80-degree weather right now.
Yeah, exactly. Even though we can't do nothing, but still, I like it, man.
Can't fly.
Mm. Yeah, like I said, the Orange Man 45 will be here till Sunday. Sunday.
You said the orange man?
Orange Man 45. Yep.
everybody remember to hit the like button too.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
forget.
because Sunday's his
It
birthday.
pushed, oh, Night Train says it pushed past them already. It was
Actually-
moving pretty fast, though, for a storm.
Yeah, it
But
is.
think about it. We have hurricanes that go all the way up into the letter S. So there's a lot more storms coming.
Well, it's
Yeah.
only 6:30 here, and it's light outside, like it's like at 9:00, 9:30 at night. I mean, I can't see across the street except dark.
Mhm.
Oh, it's coming up quick.
Well,
then.
you're
You
already
can't see.
prepared.
Yep.
You have a generator, don't you?
Oh, I got everything. Yeah.
I'm surprised. In fact, when the lights go out, everybody plugs in the Paul.
Like that, Paul?
Paul don't have a generator. He got the tractor trailer behind his house.
Is this all plug into Paul?
Yeah.
Just send the drone up when it starts to get
Well,
crazy.
Lynn has that whole house generator that's built into the side of the house, but runs on natural gas. And
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
Wow.
Okay.
Lynn is ready.
Let's do these.
No, we don't have nothing like that over here.
No, this thing is over on Friday, man. It says the 12th.
Friday?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's over Friday. Because they just issued, I got a letter from email from the FAA. They just issued a TFR for Newark, New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole of New Jersey from Thursday
it
to
just
Friday.
It just says special security. That's all it says.
Yeah, they don't, whatever it
That's
is.
that nonsense.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably basically because of all the protesting. That's all. They just need the airway.
VIP movement.
VIP movement.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just got that.
See her?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
I'm reading it now.
I just don't like when people they disregard that VIP movement.
Yep.
We was talking about that earlier. That DJI just implement a new system where it forces your drone to update, and you can't do nothing but update. If you don't, it won't fly.
What happened?
They should implement that where basically they force your drone to update, so a lot of people can get rid of these bootlegged firmwares. Yeah. Because a lot of people are running off the older software. They don't want to update their firmware.
Off Axis says, glad to see that storm won't be coming near British Columbia. You might have lucked out, but you never know with storms. They can go wherever they want to go. One thing man hasn't figured out.
The funny thing about all that map thing with the TFR, I see it better on the computer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially like if you go on Sky Vector, you can find out the TFR for everywhere in the country.
Yeah. That's the app that I use.
Sky Vector. I gotta write that down.
Yeah, you can get NOTAMs and everything for your area.
Put it this way: if you just type in Sky Vector and click on the link, it shows NOTAMs and it shows your area.
Airport in.
Yeah, exactly.
All you got to do is zoom in.
Where it shows asks you for your airport, just put your airport in there, and it'll take you right to the New York City area.
Now you can click New York TAC, and it shows it shows everything right there for New York area. Statistics, numbers, charts, whatever you want to know.
And that shit accurate as hell too.
You can't get any more accurate than this. This is what 107 pilots are told to use.
They should have one app that is basically bouncing off, like, so they're not all different, stats. Different.
Well, if anything was to happen, 107 pilot, if anything was to happen, you cannot tell the FAA, well, Kitty Hawk said.
Yeah. They're gonna ask where you got your info.
I said, look, you did what?
Yeah. Before you who? Not before you fly. Before you who? That's who said you could fly?
Yeah. You a who? You a who?
Yeah.
That's the worst. Yeah, you're gonna get the worst response.
As soon as you say UA, they locking you up.
UA? What? You an ass.
Right. Cursing at me?
It's called You in Trouble.
You in trouble.
Exactly.
You can't tell them I use the app said.
Yeah.
It's called you going to jail now.
Matter of fact, you got your certificate on you. Let me see it.
You go now, man.
Excuse me. Go with these gentlemen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I have some questions for you.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad that. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Ooh. I just found out something interesting. I thought I was out of the zone. I'm in 2 zones.
Oh, yeah, you are.
You sure are.
They're moving, boy. Circles moving. Circles is moving out. I was telling Matt the other day, areas that it was good, you're starting to see that bubble getting spreader and spreader.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, y'all know me. I've been flying for like 4 years down on this pier. This is the first time in all these years, my drone said can't take off.
Are you serious?
I'm in front of my office. Can't take off. The first time ever. Can't take off. Because it told me can't take off when I tap it because the TFR.
Yeah, that circle was large.
I told Matt today, man, I showed him I can't take off. And I've never had a problem down there. TFR, BFR, whatever.
You see they stopped flying at Bush Terminal, right?
Hey,
Bush Terminal was locked down.
Bush Terminal
That's
locked
gonna be
down
permanent.
because Bush Terminal was that shortcut to fly across the water to Bayonne.
Yep.
And that's where they got the reports
in the
from.
butt.
Yeah.
And they used to fly from Bush Terminal all the way over there by you, Ray.
Yeah.
And that's a trip.
Yeah. Looking up out my office, I'd be seeing them on buzzes. Zzz, damn Jose. I see you, Jose.
If you hear a drone, who it is, right?
Definitely it's Jose.
Yeah.
Definitely it was Jose.
That's about that.
Then he'll text me. Then he'll text me the picture. Rossman, I see you.
I've seen a few of them. Yo, Ray, where you at? You're looking
right,
at
where
your
you at?
office.
Right
You're looking
there.
at your little office
Buzzing
spot,
around.
right?
I said, come lower, get lower, so I could grab that shit with this fish net.
With that nuclear part,
Make him come get his shit.
put
Right?
Make them come get it, yeah.
They just expanded that.
See?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. They just suspended that within the last couple of days.
The circle is large now. Yeah.
Within the last couple of days.
Wow.
That's what me and Matt was saying on Sunday. These bubbles are spreading out.
They're not staying the same anymore.
I gotta go look at that on what do you call it? Because
Here you go, man. Go get that paper.
ridiculous.
Get the sectional.
It's
What's up,
this
aerial
is
landscape?
what you're looking at right now.
If you even go to, if you get the AMAs for that VIP alert, if you go look on it, it covers nowhere as much ground as this thing does.
Right. That's what that's why I got mine from the AMA. Yeah.
This is all out into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To the water, to the hooter, to the rooter. Like it's like you can't even be over the water.
So if you was able to take off and you're up in the air, that circle will just expand and you get stuck in it.
Mm-hmm.
Landing.
That's what it's gonna say.
Yep.
It's gonna say it. Landing.
You can push the sticks up till you push the sticks out of the controller. It's still coming down. It's still coming down.
Yeah, and you got 10 seconds to go from wherever you at to wherever you started.
Yeah, them things are spreading, man. Things are spreading.
Yeah. That's crazy. Traveling in circles. Wow.
Well, all you can do is just oblige by it, and then it'll go back to normal for a little bit, and then they'll expand. Then they'll expand the circle a little more. Then it'll get to the point where we traveling to Philly to fly on the regular.
Yeah, no rush. I can wait. I'm just like, maintenance in my drones. That's it. Clean them down, hose them down, clean my props, inspect my props, check my batteries, discharge my batteries. I can wait.
Damn, the helicopter's back. They went to go refuel or something. They didn't catch this dude yet.
Lunch break. If they ain't catching yet,
Hold it. They got the street locked down.
Who, your neighbor?
Rockaway Freeway, Herman, is under the elevated L. So somehow he must have got down off of the subway, and is running under it.
So we are super athletic. Could have definitely got down.
All you gotta do is cut.
No, they said he's heading southbound under it. So that's back towards the main station.
He's trying to hide underneath the
helicopter left and refueled and came back.
That guy's gone.
Listen, when they catch him, he's gonna get tased just for them making him run. Making them run.
Sound like he already got up inside of something already, got away.
Well, he was up on the subway. They had him up on the tracks, and somehow he's back on street level. Now you do know, like I do, the subway L is elevated about 3 stories high, 4 stories high. So I know damn sure he didn't jump. There aren't any houses, not like Brooklyn where you can jump off and jump onto someone's fire escape like in Brooklyn.
He slid down the column. That's what he did. Yeah,
that's a possibility too. When you're scared, you do a lot of stuff.
Just climb down. It's not that high, Lawrence. And if whatever happens, is only
listen.
Because if you jump down from there, his foot is backwards.
If you can fall and split your skull like an eggshell, it's high.
That can happen 10 feet.
If he jumped down from there, his foot is backwards.
That can happen from 10 feet.
Crowd control. There's something going on. Social indistancing.
Yeah, there's a crowd forming, going, go, go. You know,
they all got their cameras out too.
Probably.
Paul,
they got the cameras up going, World Star.
Yeah.
Everybody's out there. You know what's funny? They looking for this dude, right? He'd probably be one of them out there with the phone up like this. Because if they have, Paul, there's an elevated train station all out here where I live. The only way off of them and onto them
Up and
is through the
downstairs.
stairs
Yep.
or an escalator or whatever, through the subway. And the only way off of them is the same way. And for him to be on the train, on the tracks, I live between the last stop and the second stop. So they had him between those two stops, and he got off of there, and now they're chasing him on the street. He running. I don't know what he did. He stole a purse. Well, I don't know what the hell he did, but they chasing him down.
I'm on the Citizen app right now. It says gunfire investigation. So somebody shot a weapon.
Gunfire.
That's what it says on the Citizen app. Yeah.
Yeah, it says 2230 Mott Avenue. Yeah.
Mott Avenue. Yep. That's exactly
20
what I
minutes
just said.
ago.
Oh, that's Fall Rockaway.
Lynn just said it's pouring heavy now.
Yes. It's raining really hard.
What was
So
that?
somebody was shooting.
Suburbs.
Nah, you in the city. You in the city.
They sound like they confused. They're asking for more units on Mott Avenue, Herman, where you go past the McDonald's.
Yeah, shooting investigation.
They looking for you.
Dude is standing in the crowd. I'm telling you. He's standing in the crowd. They're
line at
confused.
McDonald's getting the meal. He gonna go right up the street.
Then he gonna go get on the train, right?
Yeah.
Go walk right past him.
Right in the bathroom, use the bathroom, change his clothes, and come right out, walk right past everybody.
What? He done had 3 T-shirts on. He left them in the garbage can.
Oh, you think he didn't?
In the blue
Of course
one.
he did.
Yo, they got mad videos up on this damn thing too right now.
They do. Yeah, the
Mad
Citizen app.
videos. Yeah.
They're watching. That's why it's a crowd over there.
They wilding out
They're
right
asking
now.
for crowd control. What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Oh, are they protesting? Oh,
At the same
if
time.
they're protesting, he got away.
Yeah.
If they protesting, he got away.
Or maybe he brought his own protesters.
He hit amongst the
No further
They ain't gonna find him. He gone.
Just run up into the
If
protest.
he was on the train and got away, he gone.
He in Brooklyn right now.
Getting ready to put on the news.
On Fulton Street.
Probably blending right in. Lynn, I wouldn't doubt it. They had him at an elevated train station. I'm gonna cut this off. They had him at an elevated train station, which only has one way on. And my station is the next one here to the side, 25th Street. The other one is on Mott Avenue.
Yeah.
And he was on the tracks. And it went from on the tracks to them chasing him under the tracks. Now, I happen to know there are no houses close enough to this subway L structure to jump onto the roof. So I'd like to know how the hell he got off of the tracks. Because usually when something happens out here and the person runs to the train, they stop the trains.
Right there.
And they go to the next station to make sure that they don't get away.
Right there by the turn where you can see the construction site on the other side of those houses right there at the end.
But usually they have the worker access points where they can walk up and down. They have like that little access points where they
It's a catwalk.
There's only there's only catwalks leading to the tracks.
Right.
And we don't have any access point. The only access points that we have out here are the train stations. That's why during Sandy, when the 20-foot wave of water, 21-foot wave of water came in, people were up on the subway stations and up in the tracks.
Yeah.
The people who lived in houses and stuff, because the electricity was cut off on the tracks. They'd already stopped the trains. So people knew to go up. And these are like maybe 3 or 4 stories high. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, you know, Lawrence, if you ever, anybody that works for transit, or if you get contracted by a company to do any work in subway, they have to tell you all of the ins and outs of the subway.
Emergency exits.
Part of your agreement is that you don't divulge that information to anybody else.
Exactly.
Well,
I worked a little bit in subways, and I know like a lot of the ins and outs and things that you don't know of.
Oh no, you know how I know that's true? Because when we were graffiti writers And like Ray said, we used to feed the people that lived underground. There were tunnels. You remember those yellow hatches that just come up in the middle of the ground, in the middle of the sidewalk? Well, we had our New York City subway map. And on our subway map, we had little branches off where the tracks went, where there were emergency exits and stuff. We had all of that stuff marked. So when we went to go hit a train yard, we knew there were multiple exit points. Because if you didn't, you got caught.
You know what we used to do too? We used to bring our own locks and put our own locks on them, so they couldn't even come. They couldn't even open them up. And
Ray, we had train keys. Ray, we had the train keys.
Exactly.
We had the keys
to open up the door. Yeah.
There was one triangle-shaped key that you put to open up to go to the street, and only one of us had one of those keys. But on the tracks, a lot of people don't know. There's little shacks with keys in them, and all kinds of booths with lanterns. We used to walk the tracks with our lanterns, and the train would come, and we would go like this, just the way the dude would do, and the train would go by real slow. We used to do all of that stuff, man.
Yeah, because they don't take their stuff back; they leave it there. Yeah.
No, right. For the next crew to come through.
Well, actually, not anymore.
No, yes, of course.
Hey, Herman, that was in the olden days.
There's a few hand signals that they show you with working down there, and if they don't have a geo or anything going on, you can't go down there and pretend to be a flagman.
Yo, listen to these guys.
If they did that, that's actually not true.
What are they saying, Lawrence?
Hey, listen to these guys. They were helicopters back out there.
From the 101
MOS, the holding one that matches the script, 6-2 and BCD. A second perp went from that location into the
second perp. There's two of them.
Squad Sergeant, get aviation over there, please.
Oh, they're gonna have at least 5 people that match that description.
Exactly. A white T-shirt.
Well, they're looking for a second perp.
You don't know who they're looking for.
Right, because
they making some people's life miserable.
They sure are.
And all that guy was probably doing was waiting on the bus or just walked out the store.
We got to call you fit the description. Yep, they got 1 million descriptions.
Dude, I just walked out my house. What description?
That's why I ain't going out to look at no damn helicopter. And be like, get him.
You freaking nosy.
I mean, like, well, I'm in my yard.
Fit the description.
Yeah, that's usually what it is here in New York.
We got description 5'4" and you're 6'5".
It don't matter. It don't matter. You already know.
Yeah, I know.
You already know how they do here in the city. If the perp has black pants on, everybody on the street with black pants, whether they be silk, corduroy, whatever. If they black shorts, even if they black shorts.
Lawrence, it's so bad that if Matt and Ray were together and one of them was much darker than the other, they would stop 2 people if the description was the opposite.
Exactly. Both fit the description.
Yeah, they do that. They already do that on the norm. But whatever it is, it's that time.
It's your final. Yep.
It's about that time to get out of here. Where Ray go? Well, he in the kitchen snacking.
Well, since they looking for a perp, I
figured.
Ray heard it. Yep.
Nah, I'm cutting up them tomatoes and lettuce and stuff and onions,
About to make a sandwich.
You cutting up the
get
onions?
that salad going on.
Get this salad.
I got some chuletas. I'm just eating some pork chops and a salad, man.
There you go.
Well, since they still looking for these 2 perps, I'm gonna lock my door up. No, I'm sitting here with it open now before the sun is coming. But I'm gonna get offline. Listen, you ain't hiding in my house.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
You didn't invite any guests to dinner.
Yo, but real quick, the cops was chasing this kid a couple of years ago, and he was hopping from backyard to backyard. So I got these 2 sheds. One I keep my lawnmower and all that stuff in it. So I see him on the camera. It's nighttime. I see him on the camera hiding, going inside the shed. Now it's fucking like 200 cops running around. So they knocking on my door. You open up the door. I said, I'm gonna open up the door for nothing. What you want me to open up my door for? Somebody in your backyard. I said, then go to the backyard.
Yeah.
So they went down the backyard, right? And they all the cops jumped over the fence. And I got nothing but rose bushes back there. Yo, cut their asses all up. Yo, they was going crazy. But I had to let them out because they jumped on, so I had to let them to the front. The cops said, yeah, that was cold blood. I said, yo, bro, like I told you, go around the back, man. So you better lock your doors because these boys be out there.
Yeah, they'll just bust in.
They trying to get away, man. You know what I mean? They
no, Lynn,
everywhere.
no bodega trips tonight, Lynn. I got everything indoors already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of here, guys. It's been fun.
Okay.
The cops gonna come running up inside your house, Lawrence.
Listen, that's why I'm about to lock my shit now.
Cops will be knocking on your screen door. Excuse me, but you fit the description of a guy we're looking for.
Yeah, right.
You got the ID,
and I'm in a towel.
Was you just looking at that helicopter trying to get the numbers? Right.
Yeah, right. Weren't you just outside with your phone like this? In the air?
Helicopters.
Take care, Jay Santiago.
All right, Jay.
All right, Jay.
So yeah, hey guys, you ready?
Yep.
Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by
those guys.
And I'd like to thank everybody on the panel for sitting in and hanging out tonight. Lawrence, Matt, Ray, Paul, and I guess Sean and Val is gone, but thanks for coming in.
Yep.
And everybody in the chat, thanks for stopping by. Without you, this would not be possible. And I'll see you next time on Phantom Flight 101. Those guys.
Yes.